Well, hello everyone. Welcome into Flying with Mike on a Monday edition. We are sitting in Indianapolis here with the A319 from ToLiss, and we're about to head from Indy to Philly. So I hope you enjoy. We're flying in the Legacy livery of Allegheny. Happens to be the one my father flew with, but not this one. No, no, little bigger. He flew Dash 8 1, 200, and 300s. So just even a little smaller than what you see on the ramp. But anyway, welcome aboard. Hope you all have had a great weekend. Hope your week has either going well or starting off pretty good. We had a little fun last night here in the Flying with Mike household with our little one. Well, not our little one, our youngest daughter with our grandchild. She just not doing well with this cold. And now, granted, poor kid's going through one. She's just now getting acclimated to the petri dish called daycare. Two, she does have allergies and cold right now. Add to it the petri dish of a daycare system, plus two other grandkids that were over for the weekend who are also in petri dish daycares. Oh yeah, that poor kid. She thankfully just has a virus, so she has to work through it. Can't throw medicine at it for the most part, other than your normal over-the-counter stuff. But poor little thing. Up till 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock last night, had to go to the ER and just to check out because breathing levels were a bit on the elevated side, temperature, and just, our youngest being a mom, worried. So anyway, good thing is she is home. She is doing better. Home from daycare probably tomorrow. Maybe not. We're hoping not. But we're planning for it. So, but hey, that's here. Out there, I hope your week is going well. Like I said, the ToLiss A319 awaits our departure. We're pretty well far along in the checklist, so shouldn't be too far off our 20-minute after the hour departure here. So, okay, we may be late, 7 minutes, but we're not going to be ultra late, so. All right, so I hope again you all enjoy. Feel free to join us. We're in stand Bravo 14 and online VATSIM, and off we go to Philadelphia. All right, we are actually already finished with the FMC, and we're just about ready to go. We got a couple more things to do related to the FMCs, namely, okay, clear that. All right. What's our cruise out? Well, you know what? Instead of that, let's just get into it, shall we? I'm going to bring in Sim Toolkit. Great animal for this. Shows us a lot. Speaking of loadout, there we go. 19,300 pounds on board, 87 peeps, and the cargo, give or take, but we do shoot to get as close as we can to our zero fuel weight. 112, 485. Block fuel, 13,000 we put on. And there's our route, Mario 5, BDOCK, Ape, just enjoyed 4. Cost index 40, 39,000 feet. We got some weather, as you can see en route. Right across the, as soon as we get a little higher into our climb, basically from like the Indiana-Ohio line, little past Columbus, and so forth. And that's, I don't know how old. Let's just say I've come to not trust it. All right, here in Indy, we're looking at a wind of 209, 10-mile visibility. and a ceiling at 15,000 feet. Gee, Muffy, can we fly? I think so. Over in Philadelphia, winds are 040 at 8, 10-mile visibility, and we have a broken sky at 1,300 feet. That's going to be a little concerning to us, overcast 2,000, only because it means we're going to be shooting an instrument approach. So we're set up for the ILS on the 9 right. Other than that, we got a great ride ahead of you. Hope you enjoy. You can kind of see once we get past this blob here in the shortly after we get airborne, it's not bad. So buckle up. Time to go fly with Mike. All right. Like I said, we have all the checks done for the most part. If you take a look up here at the overhead, all we got left to do is pop these fuel pumps on. We're on external power. However, we can come off it. And we'll come down here and have them pull the cord. And let's look at, all we have is the main door open. We're just waiting for our final clearance. We're going to try that from clearance. One more time. ATC comp, whoop, nope, McDo menu, ATSU, AOC page 2, departing clearance. Coming out of here. Hang on, Indy is Romeo. Okay, hopefully that worked. We'll find out about 200 miles out of Philadelphia. If not, we'll figure it up off of, actually, I'll go ahead. Be prepared, as they say, flight aware. Today's flight 2994. And if we do have troubles, gate A4 will be our arriving gate. We'll see, though. All right, let's get this thing moving. What do you think? So everything up top's ready to go. Seatbelt sign on. Close up that main door. All right, let's do it.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Okay, departure received. I think.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect. Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Break off. Here we go.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay, we got number 2 lit off. All right. And are we cleared to start number 1? Roger, starting number 1.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Standing by. Okay, timer on. Release those guys and let's get to work. APU bleed off.
tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
Thanks for the pushback. Those interested, Better Pushback is a free utility at X-Plane, updatable with the Skunkcraft, and very simple to install. Just basically copy it into the plugin folder. Resources plugin folder, I should say. All right, waiting on them to tell us, and boom, we're ready to go. Let's get the flap set. One, pitch trim. Let's go. Flight controls here. I find it easy to do a couple steps here, one out of sequence, the rest in. And that is, first we set our trim, as our checklist says, up 04. So we'll just go. And then we'll do a check of our control surfaces. Okay, I'm pretty satisfied with that. Okay, moving on up. Back up to the top, shut the APU off. Taxi lights on. Lapse time. We haven't been hitting this much. We're going to hit it this time. Brakes, flight controls, FMA, nav climb, looks good. And auto brake to max. Lost my place. There we are. Call passage, call the purser. And we're ready to go. Out to 23 left we go. That whole complex ahead of us is that whole ramp. Literally, I mean, granted, it extends a little bit past the approach into 23 left, but if you were to move it down, it's even with that runway, 10,000 feet. That's all FedEx. Nothing like Memphis, but that's FedEx Indianapolis. I've seen it from I-70. You drive right by it. It's incredible to see. Just a massive complex. So if you ever get a chance and you're driving by, go in on the west side, because you come out of Indy going towards St. Louis, you're going to go right by the airport and right by it. Incredible. Okay, we're coming up here to taxiway Charlie. We'll hang a left here. Clear our way just to be safe. Okay. And we'll be ready to go at the end. Quick rebrief for those not here. Takeoff numbers 130, 130, 135. Up 0.41 on the flaps. Okay, let's do it. Before takeoff, Terra. We're, I think, in Terra, but let's always double check. Yep. Radar coming on. Okay, and just to be sure, Mario 5 on 23 left, climb 230 to 2 miles off, then heading 210, 230, or 245, maintain 5,000. Indianapolis common traffic, American 2994 departing 23 left, Mario 5 departure.
In this traffic, this Southwest 1716, we're descending via the snippet 2. We're descending currently to 5,000, and we're doing ILS 23 left. We're currently around 30 nautical miles to the north in the traffic.
Hang on, got to get some lights I didn't get. Timer. Run it through one more time. Brakes, engine mode as required. We'll leave it. Engine mode, runway lights, landing lights, all set, ready to go. I'm ready to go. Let's hit it. stable. Okay, SRS runway green, armed. Here we go. Wait, I think that's active. My bad. (100) V1. Oh, I'm sorry, 100. V1. Rotate. And we have positive rate. Okay, so we said 210, 230, 245. Let's go 210. All right, now let's go 050. Oh, I probably should have turned north. Grabbed Indy and went out that way. Oh well. Okay, there's our rollout. Now, direct Mario. And there we go. Yeah, got about 40 or so miles to go to it. All right, there you have it. We're out of Indy and on our way to Philly. Hope y'all enjoyed that departure. That was actually pretty good. The only thing I'm thinking now I should have done was maybe taken that right-hand turn off departure 2.5 miles. Go more direct Indianapolis and then over to Mario. But, you know, we're going to get to the same point just a little differently. How'd they teach us in school about math? Sometimes we achieve the same answer from a different way, meaning you found a different way through your calculations while we showed our calculations. Here, we took it this way to come around. Actually, we stayed south of the city. You know, positives and negatives. So I don't know how far north Indianapolis VOR is, Brickyard. But, you know, we all are going to arrive at the same location, maybe a little faster, some a little slower. So enjoy the flight to Philly. Thank you for being a part of Flying with Mike today.
Any traffic to Southwest 1716 and final approach runway 23 left, South Indy.
And I'm going to get back on the quiet channel for now and head on to Philly. All right, and as the message came up in Stream Elements, if you're on Twitch here, until the 14th, about 5 days or so from now, the 14th of June, 10 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time. Until then, if you gift more than 5 subs, you'll get a 35% discount. 35% off 5 plus gift subs. And that's any channel, not just ours. We would sure love the business, but hey, just thought I'd throw it out there for those of you that are kind of those that like to give. We'd sure love your business. We're going to cruise on to Philly as we crossed transition, headed into 20s on our climb. Let's get our wing light off. And away we go. Now, we'll know if we get gate information. Just so you would know, there would be a little message up here in this ECAM saying company message. And then we go down and check it. I'm kind of skeptical. I got it once. I did get it once, and I don't know what I did to get it once, unless maybe I need to make sure I'm in on Hoppy. I don't know. I've got all my login credentials, so I don't know. I don't know. Many parents out there know those kinds of fights. But again, we're on our way to Philadelphia. And it looks like we're going to have some gray cloud looking because here we come into that batch. So enjoy. All right, we'll kind of see how this is going to play out as we get closer to the storms. Looks like more our route's going to kind of, well, we've got a round getting close to Cambridge, Wheeling area. We'll have some storms to either go around or go up. We'll see. But the first batch here by Columbus will be getting into them. All right, some of these storms are indeed beginning to show up on radar. All right, we've leveled off. All right, folks, sorry about that. The 1-year-old is up and about and exploring the cabin. Where'd she go? Oh, she's behind me. That's her way of saying, not going night-night. All right, looks like we got a nice cell we're getting ready to go over. Always good to go. Boink. Dog. Poor kiddo. The trials of learning to walk with a big dog in the house. Ooh, look at all these treasures. All right, we're passing that line we've been talking about right now, around Cambridge over towards Wheeling. And from then on, we should be in the clear weather-wise. So I hope y'all are having a great week. It's always great to get on here and chat with y'all. Have a nice flight and just see where things go from there. We are on a flight from Indianapolis to Philadelphia, PA. Ooh, Indy Center just came up. Am I clear of them or what? Just exiting. Hey. Hey. I guess I got told by her everything I have is junk. Now she's getting trash. Oh well. It's always fun to watch the adventurous mind of a 1-year-old. Okay, she is back in the cabin. All right, we are breaking free of those storms too, as you can see. Let's take a look out the wing. See what we can see. You know, it's not too bad. That looks pretty good. Not bad at all. I know some would say, well, that's not what they should look like. Well, you know, I'm happy, and, you know, that's what the makers look for. So I think they're doing a great job here. Yeah, I know they got a ways to go. Yeah, I know that. But you know what? What I see for a default setup looks good. And as you can see, up ahead, the weather is clear. All right, we got about 30 minutes to Philadelphia, so buckle up. We're about to do the fun part. Yesterday, we had Bad Attitude tell us he had a great takeoff. Not so on the landing. He had a pretty good crosswind, so I know where he's coming from. Hopefully, we can get this in pretty good. All right, so about 30 minutes from now, we should be on final or in the area of Philadelphia. That looks like the Ohio River, so Wheeling, West Virginia, pretty close below. Bel Air, if memory serves, on the Ohio side of the river, which I always got wrong. I always thought it was Wheeling on the Ohio side. Not so. And the hole. Those of you that drive trucks know the hole I'm talking about. You drive through on I-70. Not bad. If you go that way, you got a way station, or used to have a way station to deal with a few miles after you came out. Then the big climb to the truck stops. So anyone out there have anything really cool happen over the weekend? Inquiring minds like to know. All right. We got everything programmed for the arrival. A company message. It came through. Let's see what we got. All right, gate assignment Alpha 20. All right. Ground power, yes. Ground air, yes. Ops frequency 310. Keep APU shut down when able. All right. We like that. It worked. So that means I need to go in and check all my Hoppy stuff out for the A321. Okay, 8,000 at Bunts. Okay, we got about 20 minutes and we'll be in the area of Philadelphia. And hope y'all enjoy. Illinois State Police. What? Well, one of these days I'm going to really take some time, figure out this VATSIM radar. Where I'm having issues is the way the weather shows up. I don't like the way it looks. It also looks like it pieces together stuff. All right. So we're coming in, and I am going to go ahead set 8,000 over here. So I hope y'all are enjoying the day, enjoying Monday. I do because it's my day off. Unfortunately, tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, we're back at work. So I kind of relish this time, letting my bones and muscles recoup from what I do. So, all right, we're starting to cross the Appalachia, as you can see over here on the terrain radar. Nothing on the other radar showing up, so we're starting to get in kind of close. About Harrisburg, we should begin a more steep, a more traditional descent, but we still got a little ways to go. So enjoy the ride, enjoy the music. All right, we just got the call here on ATC to maintain, descend to maintain. Let me read it again. Cross Harrisburg at or maintain 19,000. So we've steepened the descent up, and seatbelts are on, and the wing lights are now on. So we are inbound Philly. Like I said, 15-20 minutes out, and gate A20 came in. Ground and air power is available, so once we're in and they've got us hooked up, we can shut the APU off. Which is always good, allows us to save some fuel and a little bit on the environment. I'd say noise as well, but the air units and the ground units are pretty noisy themselves. So, doesn't save anything there. But anyway, we're inbound. Harrisburg is up ahead about 17 miles. Let's take a look. I don't see the river yet. Yeah, there's a pretty significant river there, the Susquehanna. Not sure where it actually runs between. I think it ends up in the Chesapeake Bay, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, Middletown, you land pretty much parallel to it. Oh, I think I see it now. We're entering the haze layer. Kind of funny. Just that slight move over. Let me see what happens. Oh, wow. You move up on the screen and it's easier to see. Huh. Interesting. Okay, there's 19,000. Okay, we're going to go ahead set 8,000. Right off the nose, by the way, is that airport, Middletown Airport, otherwise known as Harrisburg. So there you have it. We are inbound. Descending, Lancaster will be up ahead. I believe Allegiant was scheduled to start service there. So I'll have to check in with my folks and see if that ever really did transpire. 2987. Just kind of taking it easy. We're going to be a trag probably at 8,000, but then bunts. Then we'll turn at school. Give you a quick look here at what's coming down the pike. Okay, off to your right here is the, here we go, arrival ATIS right here. Winds 100 at 7:39 minutes, go 10 miles. Overcast 15,000, or 15,000, wish 1,500. So, 22 degrees, and so we are, I'm not sure what SCIA is. I'll have to look that up. I've never seen that before. Okay, simultaneous converging instrument approaches. That's what it stands for. Anyway, I had to find out. I've never seen that before. So, simultaneous converging instrument approaches. Runways 9 right, 17 right. We're on the ILS Victor for 9 right. And there's your NOTAMs for what's there. All right, looking over here real quick, you can see we're between Harrisburg and Lancaster. Over to Trag, Bunts, School. Now, we're going to turn at School, head down to Kill, Expressway. You know, there's really no, unless they're trying to stay Schuylkill in that, there is no expressing in Philadelphia. You're always in traffic, especially on the Schuylkill. So, and then you get an express. Okay, out the way. Byway will have turned inbound for runway 9, right. And when we land, okay, converging. So we're going to be turning in, hopefully around B-Wine or slightly past. Come in, grab the localizer, B-Wine, Associ. Here it is, real quick, the numbers across the top. Okay, I got the right numbers. Something told me, I thought I better check. Let's see here. Get back on track, ground. Okay, now the McDo will take care of the localizer and final approach course. Kelly, 7.5 miles out at 1,800 feet. Decision altitude 400 feet. AGL, so radar altimeter. Right turn to Woodstown, VOR for the hold. 4,000 at B-Wine, 3,000 Associ, 1,800 Kelly, and in on the 3-degree glide slope. Boy, that sure doesn't look like it. Guess they're cramming a lot of information. And again, our minimum's 400 above the ground on a METARS and 3/4 of a mile visibility. Call the ball. Traffic in and around the area. Not much actually coming in. I don't even know if that's us back here still on VATSIM. I think it is. And here we go. Okay, I guess I see the low clouds they were talking about. That's someone out of Detroit. Rock City. All right, let's get into a sterile cockpit. And let's get ready to land this. And in case y'all didn't see the METAR, there you have it. 2988. Okay, no other restrictions I can see other than to get down to B-Wine at 4,000, which we'll do on the from the turn. Boy, it is express. Okay, that's a SOS. So we'll have to go out a little further, and then we can turn in because we're not planning Mixie. Modena. All right, let's get ready to land this thing. Okay. Landing system on, constraints. And landing elevation set auto. Good. And we're ready to begin this approach. We'll be beginning to slow the aircraft up here as we make this turn. So again, hope you enjoyed Indianapolis to Philadelphia. Heading down to Schuylkill right now. Cross school, headed to Kill, then over to the Express. There is no expressing on that highway. Perfect. Got my descent all planned out, and we're entering the 9 right ILS off the Bajoid for arrival. Who put all these clouds here? Oh, that's a blessing. Yeah, we're closer to where we will be coming off probably 9 right here in the A concourse. I just looked up our gate just to be safe. So that's cool. All right, we are descending in. Gonna go ahead, be nice. We're at B Wine, right? Still a little too far out for a switch over, but whatever. Philadelphia traffic, American 2994 B Wine, 9 right ILS, fully configured, landing 9 right.
Philadelphia traffic station 34 Kilo Whiskey is a left base 9 right number 2.
Okay, let's arm up the spoilers. I got nobody on TCAS. I don't know. Okay, gear down, brakes set, spoilers armed. We're cleared to land. Just making sure someone didn't come up in tower. Okay, here we go. Weather said 1500. Okay, we're coming through. Runway. Philadelphia traffic, American 2994, 5-mile final, runway in sight, 9 right. Just for the area traffic to know, I broke out at about 1,600 feet.
Thank you. Philadelphia traffic station 34 Kilo Whiskey is 5 out, 9 right, and number 2.
Above. 400. Minimum.
Landing. Philadelphia traffic, American 2994 off at Sierra 6, taxiing to gate Alpha 20.
Hey, Philly traffic, 340 Kilo Whiskey, a short final 9 right. Philly traffic, station 340 Kilo Whiskey, a clear 9 right, taxi to Atlantic Aviation.
Okay, we're going to go across here at Whiskey to Kilo 6. All right, we are slowly making our way there. Still saying it's not close enough. That's close enough for me. All right. APUs available. Quick shutdown checks. Terrain brakes. Fans on. Okay, over here. Nothing yet. All right. Brakes are on. APUs running. Bleed air. Okay, we are in. Welcome to Philadelphia. Lapse time 136, 128 from the time we released. Okay, great flight. All in all, great flight. Couple of little, we could have done a little better here and there, of course. But hey, overall, not a bad flight. Hope you all enjoyed it. We're just about there, getting ready to check the flight out. I'm trying to do something, but I don't think it's going to let me. Now we might have it. Always curious. That's something new I've never tried. Okay, well, we've got low ground air. Let's go available. All right, there we go. Never tried it, so let me see what that looks like. Maybe up here. Everything's open. Okay, condition. All right, like I said, I've never gone that route. Okay, well, I do want to do one more thing. All right. There you have it. There's our flight from inside the terminal. Oh, yeah. Why don't we do this too? My bad. The people can see daylight, but they can't get out. There they go. All right. Welcome to Philadelphia. That was funny. All right. Let's see how we first did with the airline. I'm going to see if I've got this set up for this one. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right, so you can see the airline got us pretty decently. 181 feet a minute, pretty decent. I'm going to go ahead, file it. And that's all you got to do. Pretty simple airline for the pilot. For the management side, since Pan Am Virtual's part of this big VAMSys, not with the airline that American's with, but an entity that's part of this. It's a bigger group of airlines than just the 5 or 6 that Virtual American Fusion is what they're actually part of. So a lot of airlines make up that one. So pretty cool. All right, hang on. That worked out pretty nice. I may rename that. But anyway, there it is, the flight. Now, let's take a look at some other trackers, shall we? Let's see what Elevatech caught us at. Ooh, that's getting into a pretty mean line there in the middle. Okay, 180 feet a minute, 118. That's a little slow, but only 1G. We'll take it. That's all you get out of this, other than some basics. You know, it took 2 hours, 18 minutes. That's our block. Took us only why do they block us so high? It's an hour 19. I think mine had us at 1 hour 55 minutes with the airline. I don't know where they're coming off with something almost an hour. Trying to keep it, I know, off the FAA radar. But anyway, there's the weather, and also, hey, really a good flight. You know, but that's basic. That's why I'm not a huge fan. You know, hang on a second. Oh, there we go. But then you have tools like Sim Toolkit. People tell me it uses a lot of resources. I run both, and I don't see anything off of either one. So I don't know, you know, what some people, you know, and, you know, God love them. They're reporting what they see, and that's cool. And here, 175 feet a minute. You all might have seen that. 118 knots and 1.17, call it 1.2 Gs. Right now, what stands out the most is we were a little on the slow side. Should have been around 130 on our approach, touchdown around 123. So, you know, we're there in the ballpark, but still we're a little off. But let's find out. Okay, click the flight, and you're going to get the basic, when you view the details, what you just saw a minute ago. Fly time, hour 42 minutes, 510 miles, just shy of 3,100 kilograms of fuel, 1.17, 175, all of that. What you don't get, this is this is one of many tools that Sim Toolkit has that I love. Where did I land on that runway? And what were my metrics? Was I between 3 and 6 degrees nose up? Was I, you know, how was the aircraft? Now you can get all of that in replay, but you can also get it right here. And my heading off 0.4, so that's cool. Up here, you can see we landed 2,300 feet roughly down the runway and roughly rounded up 9 feet off the center line. That to me is a great landing. Now, the landing zone that we talk about, let's see if I can bring it into light here. Okay, a little, okay, we'll have to go that way because it's a lot easier. Where that blue dot is, that's the threshold where from that point forward is your start of the landing area. The ending is technically wherever you want it to be, but in critical terms, those hash marks that are on instrument type runways, precision runways, guess what? At the end of those ends what's called the landing zone. After that, depending on your runway, could be plenty, could have 13,000 feet to go. Or you could be facing the opposite end hash marks, which means you're going to be like Fred Flintstone and putting those feet into the runway to help the brakes stop it or go around. So in our case, now the other interesting fact, so right here, which is, I don't know what taxiway that is.
Flight traffic, American 2134, flying to Azashi for the last runway 9er right at Philadelphia.
This would roughly, actually, we got off right about here because we went up here, went back, went across. Okay, so we were right in here. Now, mind you, we had brakes low. All right, so big thing to keep in mind. Also, this huge de-ice pit, one of the few in the beginning, and now a lot of airports have gone to these. Very close to the runway. You only have 30 minutes from the time application starts. Wintertime operations, something for y'all to think about if you want to go real. But anyway, so from here to here is where you should be landing. All right, so we did about middle, you know, not bad. 1,000 feet though down the runway, you see those big marks? That's our visual aiming point. When you're in visual flight conditions, like we were, 1,500 feet, hey folks, we're in visual. Hate to break it to you. We try to aim for there, but you can see here, you know, quite a few make it, but the majority land about where we were. And some of that is to try to get to the right taxiways, to get us over to our gates quicker. Or if you're Southwest, you just dig it in and get off right here. No, I'm just teasing. I know I give too much. I punch Southwest too much. Oh, well, they can take it. All right, so I hope y'all enjoyed. This was extremely fun. I really do not have time today for a second flight. Man, I had all intentions of being up closer to 2 hours earlier than when I did, but way, you know, with a sick kid in the house, and everything that goes on with that, I just knew that was not happening today. So, you know, that gives us a chance to do a little sightseeing. What do you say? Like, look at that. There's the SEPTA headed out back to wherever it's headed. I think StarSims did a great job on this airport, and I only have one qualm, and that is both here and at St. Louis, it's kind of whitewashed right now. And I know that probably has something to do with the betas and release clients since X-Plane 12 released, because I believe this one released just prior to X-Plane 12, as did St. Louis. St. Louis is really white coming in, and is very tough sometimes to pick up the runways out. Once you get in closer, you begin to push, you know, piece them together. But for what the StarSims team did to show us Philadelphia, let's go take a look. What do you say? Look at the detail they've gone to. Oh, wrong way. just an amazing work of scenery. Now, over here, you can the only thing that would, again, I don't remember how good or bad it was with default, but you sure didn't get railroad tracks like that. And like I said, you watch it from time to time, you'll see SEPTA. I don't remember if Amtrak comes through or not. I don't even know if they run by the airport or not, to be totally honest. I think Newark may be one of the few airports with direct access to the airlines. But just a really well done with this airport. There's our little airplane. Over there's the UPS folks. You saw the Lear sitting over in the general aviation area. Really a well done scenery. Station here. And again, SEPTA for sure. Not sure who else comes in, but really well done. Like I said, if anyone from Star Sims is listening, I would love to hear from you. Three problems I have. One, you see the whitewashing effect here. That's what I call it. Flying with Mike terms. It's really bad with Lambert. Did a couple of flights in there last month, and boy, it's difficult to pick up the runway. Two, St. Louis X-Plane 11, completely no buildings anymore. Don't know what happened. Oh, here comes a train in right now. Nor does the Metrolink show up. So any help in that would be great. Third, as you can see here in Philly, the same thing with St. Louis. The whitewashing also is it meshing in right with the SEM, or are we getting some back, whatever you call it, from the default scenery with the cars and all? So, but overall, I mean, when you look at this, that is just amazing how they've done Philadelphia. Interstates in the area, all of that. So, great job. Otherwise, great job. Love it. I haven't flown in here quite a bit, not because of these issues at all. It's just I don't get into Philly much. So, well, anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed that. It's always fun to there we go. And over. And Roger Dodger. So there you have it from, again, inside the terminal. The American 2994 in Philadelphia, on time. Pretty decent landing. Overall a great flight. Few mistakes. Like I said, we could have maybe done a right turn on departure more towards Brickyard instead of to the south. Either way, we ended up where we were supposed to. And then here we had maybe a couple, taxi issues and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead, wrap it up for today. Hope you all have a great day, and we'll be back at it for sure Friday. And if my body is into it, we'll definitely get it rolling earlier than Friday. So y'all have a great week. God bless you all. It has been a blast flying the A319 for ToLiss from Indianapolis
Traffic, American
to Philadelphia, PA.